Hi there friends, today we're going to work on some exercises to strengthen our feet and our arches and our ankles. We'll work a little bit on the work of the arch, kind of working on that pointing part of our dancing. And we're also going to work on some extension, okay? So to get started, I want you standing in parallel, your feet right underneath your hips, and you can have a chair next to you. What we're going to do before we start doing our calf raises, before we start working on the arch strengthening and ankle strengthening, is I want you to first become very aware of how your weight is settling into your feet. So just give yourself a moment to rock your weight forward into your toes and then back into your heels. So you'll have this little bit of swaying action. And as you do that, I want you to make sure when you lean forward and put your weight into the balls of your feet, that you feel that it's evenly distributed across the bed of your foot. So between your big toe and your small toe, we're going to make sure that we feel both sides are equally weighted down, okay? That's going to become really important as we start doing our calf raises. And you can keep swaying while I chat with you. So make sure, for example, when you start the calf raises with me, we want to keep the ankles nice and balanced and straightforward. So when we rise up, we want to keep centered and not lean our ankles in, and also not lean our ankles out, okay? We want to make sure that we keep the weight even across the ball of the foot. Okay, great. So you can stop your swaying. We'll get started now. Feet parallel right underneath your hips. All right, so shoulders back, tummy tight. Want to have a little bit of a tuck in your seat. So you're engaging the muscles in your bottom. Feet are parallel, and you feel that weightedness across the bed of your foot. Up halfway, up all the way, down halfway, and heels to the floor. Up halfway, all the way, down. Very good. Now keeping your tummy tight, see if you can glance down. Make sure that those ankles are staying balanced. Or maybe you have a mirror in front of you. You can see whether or not your ankles are staying stable and centered. Good, a little faster, same thing. Half, full, half, and down. Half, full. Good. Now, like I said at the beginning, become aware of how you're bearing weight across the sole of your foot. Good, 4 more. It's really easy, if we're not paying attention, to lean the weight too much to the big toe or to the small toe. 2 more. Half, and down again. Up, all the way, down, and up. Good. Now, find where your hips naturally want to turn out today. We're going to turn out very gently. Do a little bit of a check to make sure your knees go out over the center of your feet, not forward and not out to the sides. Shoulders down and back, tummy tight, squeeze your seat. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and down. Good. Now, same thing applies as when you were doing this in parallel. You're going to keep the ankles balanced. And I also want you to feel the engagement of your inner thighs in your seat as you're rotating up from the hips and you're zipping up those legs in your midline. So to feel like your legs are a zipper and you're zipping up. Good, let's double time here. Half, all the way, half, and down. Half, all the way, half, and down. Good, if you've got the mirror in front of you, or if you can glance down without changing your posture, you're going to check to make sure your ankles are balanced. 4 more. Good, if you're holding on to a chair, just have a light resting of your hand there. You should be pulling up through your core. So all the stability is coming from the strength of your muscle groups. Good, rest. Good, so come back to parallel. What we're going to do now is keep the heels in parallel in that same position they're in, but bring the toes in. So this is just a little bit of an internal rotation from the hips. Shoulders back nice and slow. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and down. 3 more, nice and slow. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and down. Good, 2 more. I'll turn sideways. Tummy is tight. You've got a little squeeze in your seat. Good, 1 more, nice and slow. Halfway, all the way, halfway, shoulders down and back, lengthen, now double time. Good, 7 more, half and up, half and down. Good, so as you do this, even though you're in a straight position in your legs, I want you to make sure that you feel like you're lifting all the way up. Half, all the way, half, and down. 3 more, half, up, half, and down. Good, last one. Excellent, bring your feet back parallel. You're going to bring one foot forward, one foot behind you. Press that heel down. Good, switch legs. Great job. All right, so now we're going to move on to some work for our arches, and then we'll end up in some movement for more pointing and some extension work as well. So I would encourage you, if this is the first time or the first few times you're doing this, to have a chair for your balance. You can even put it in front of you like a ballet bar. I've moved the chair so that you can see my whole body and see what I'm doing, but feel free to use a chair to support you, okay? So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be in our gentle turnout, so where we're in the last exercise series, and we're going to be working on extending through the ankle, so lifting up the ankle right here, but keeping the ball of the foot on the floor, and then working from that position up to a full point, return the ball of the foot to the floor, and return the leg into the side. Okay, so that's our first series, nice and slow, then quicker, and then I'll lead you through a few more as well. All right, so we start with our shoulders back, our tummy tight. There's that little tuck in the seat, and we've got that gentle turnout from both hips. You can do the knee check to make sure your knees are going out over the centers of your feet. Good, tummy's tight. Extend to the side, go to the full point, ball of your foot returns, bring the foot in. Same side, same exercise. Good, 2 more, same thing. As you do this, I want you to make sure you're pulling the belly button in actively. You're keeping the shoulders down and back, the chest is open. You're lifting up through the crown of your head. So everything should feel like a sense of lengthening. Good, let's speed this up. Reach, point, in, and return. Reach, extend, point, and return. So extend through the ankle, then arch, in, and down. So as you do this, to keep yourself over your hips, you should have a little squeeze in your seat. That's going to help you stay stable and not sway from side to side. So make sure those shoulders are over those hips and you're pulling nice and upright. Good. Now we're going to point forward, cross in front. Now point to the side, come in, heels together. Point behind, unusual for an Irish dancer, cross behind. Point side, heels together, same thing. So point front, cross in front, point side, heels together. So you're squeezing your seat, you're zipping up those legs, point side, heels together, a little faster. Point and together, side, heels together. Good, 3 more rounds. Point, cross in front, point, together, behind. Good, 2 more. Point and cross, point, heels together, behind. Last round. Excellent. You can return your feet to parallel, kind of shake it out, or return in a moment to repeat on the other side. All right, we'll repeat the whole series on the other side. Shoulders back, tummy tight. You're a little squeeze in your seat, so a little tuck in your pelvis. Soften the knees, make sure they're going out over the centers of your feet. You're lifting those arches up. Good, other foot. Extend, then arch and point. Return the ball of foot to the floor, heels together. Extend, arch and point, ball of the foot down, heels together. 2 more, nice and slow. Now remember, as you do this, your tummy is staying tight, chest is open, shoulders right over those hips. You're pulling long, reaching through the crown of your head. Good, we'll double time it here. Reach, point, in, and down. Good, you might find you gotta squeeze your standing leg seat a little bit more to help stabilize you. Good, 4 more. And 3. Good, really try to extend through the ankle, curl those toes over. Not too much pressure, use your muscle. Good, slow point to the front. Point to the front, cross it in front. Point to the side, heels together. Lift up, point to the back, cross behind, point to the side, heels together. 3 more, nice and slow. Front, and return. Now I want you to make sure you go back in your mind to the beginning of our exercises today in this series. Make sure that your weight is even across the balls of your feet. It's easy to disconnect the pinky toe and roll in the ankle, or vice versa, to overly connect the pinky toe and have the big toe no longer taking weight. Good, double time. Forward and cross, side, heels together, behind, and side. Forward, side, excellent. Return to your first leg in front, little lift, extend forward, return, set the foot down. Little lift, very low, extend, bring the heel in, set the foot down. You're zipping those inner thighs together the whole time, keeping the hips balanced, shoulders back, body tall. All right, if you were able to control that, let's try a little harder. Bring the heel to your knee, extend from that position, in, and set it down. Good, so we're gonna challenge ourselves by lifting a little higher for each set of 4. As you do that, you don't wanna change the position of your shoulders, you don't wanna lose the connection in your abdominals, or the length through your spine. So that's what we're working on here. All right, a little higher yet. See if you can bring the toes to the knee, extend from that position, toes to knee, set it down. If you want to add a little bit of bonus point work, instead of crossing, you can point down. 2 more. Lift, extend. Make sure when you extend, you're turning out. So we don't want to be parallel there. We rotate, show the inside of the leg and the foot. Very good. We can stretch that leg out. So you hold on to the piano, or to the piano, whatever you're holding on to. Good. Bring that foot back. Press the hip forward. Feel that stretch in the center of the thigh. Great. All right, let's get ready to do it on the other side. So other foot's crossed in front. Bring the heel low, extend from the hip through the toe, and return. So when you do this series, you can focus more on your turnout and your cross. If that's your focus, you're gonna cross in front, squeeze your inner thighs together. If your focus is more on extension and arch, you're gonna return to a pointed position. So here, reach as long as you can, growing long from the base of your leg and your hip to that point. Now bring your heel to your knee, extend from that position, in, and then either cross or point depending on your focus for the day. Shoulders back, body tall, tummy tight. Keep those hips balanced. Make sure one hip's not higher than the other. Good, reach long from hip to toe. So if you really focus on it, I want you to feel like you're growing a few inches longer in your leg. Good, higher yet, toes to knee. Rotate and turn out. And of course, remember, if you're not able to keep your form, don't lift your leg higher. We're trying to build our strength at every level of height. And over time, as you can learn to control it and really build that muscle, you can lift the leg higher. In and down. Good, shoulders back. You can hold on to something for balance, catch that ankle, press that hip forward. Excellent. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you use these exercises. These are the building blocks for harder exercises for building your arch strength, your ankle strength, your calf strength, and also that extension. So work on these exercises, get them really solid, and we'll move on to harder ones in the near future.